The Joe Rogan Experience.
I always said that you look like a dude who they invented in a Marvel comic book to kill the Hulk. Like, that's what you looked like when you were in your prime, man. I mean,
yeah, I felt like I probably could too back in those days.
I mean, god damn, you were freakishly huge. It was crazy to see. It was like, I remember paying attention to bodybuilding from the beginning, like the Franco Columbu and Schwarzenegger days, to what you guys had become. When you were in your prime, you just redefined everything. Everything was just so extreme.
Yeah, we were pretty tough back in those days. Everything was hard, The guys I was competing against were real good, and I just came out of nowhere, because I got in bodybuilding real late. Where I'm from, we didn't have it, and I didn't find out about it until I graduated college, went out to Texas, and started working for the police department.
How old were you at the time?
I was about 24.
So that's when you started bodybuilding?
That's when I started. But I've been working out, since I was 12, 13.
For sports?
I was on the powerlifting team.
Oh, okay.
I did powerlifting in high school. So I was on the powerlifting team, and, where I'm from, Louisiana, real small town. A lot of the guys are kind of big like me, kind of strong like me. A lot of people don't understand, but strength is something like a natural gift, Mm-hmm. You can work on it and get better at it, but you also have to be gifted a little bit.
Have to have a nice base.
Yeah, you have to have a nice base, and you have to have a little talent.
Yeah.
Like this guy, I can't remember his name, but he deadlifted 1,100 pounds.
Oh, that the Game of Thrones guy?
Yeah.
The Mountain?
That's a gift, that's talent.
Yeah,
he's gifted. Everybody can't do that. I did 800, for a couple of reps, but I don't think I can do 1,100.
That's a lot of weight.
That's a lot of weight.
He's an enormous human being, though. That guy. That's a Viking right there.
Yeah, you have to have a lot of weight to be able to pull a lot of weight like that too.
Yeah.
So
you, in your career, you were known for lifting large amounts of weight too.
Yeah. Like I was saying, I started powerlifting when I was in high school. I had the gift of strength. I was pretty strong in high school. All throughout my college days, and it was just something that I think I was kind of born with it a little bit. Because you don't just start lifting heavy weights like that all of a sudden. You have to have you have to have some kind of natural talent for it.
Well, there's some crazy photos of you during the Mr. Olympia days when you were a police officer. Is that you? Look at that.
Yeah, that's me in the 9th grade on the left, and that's me winning.
What happened to your arm on the left? You got a cast on.
Yeah, I broke
Fuck somebody up?
Yeah, no. I kind of fucked myself. I was playing football, and I think I fell on my wrist or something and cracked it or something. And that's me winning the Mr. Universe, turning pro in the middle. And that's me winning the 99 Mr. Olympia far right there.
Wow. Damn, you were big.
Yeah, I was kind of big a little bit there.
A little bit.
Well, I got a lot bigger than that. That was my second Olympia. I only weighed about 255 there.
What's the biggest you ever got?
I was 295, my 7th one. So I put on a little bit more weight as I got on up there.
But is it one of those things where you just kind of have to keep up with everybody else and everybody just keeps getting bigger and bigger?
No, it was that thing with me. I was trying to distance myself from everybody else. So I kept getting bigger and bigger so nobody would catch up with me. And what a lot of people don't understand is you see me big up there like that, but, it took a long time for me to get there. That didn't happen overnight. I put on about 5 pounds of muscle, between 5 and 10 pounds of muscle a year. And that came from all that, that heavy lifting, a lot of eating. A lot of eating.
What was a standard meal for you?
I mean, it wasn't a lot to me, but if somebody, normal try to eat, it'd probably be a lot. So I eat probably like a pound of chicken, grilled breast, with half a cup of rice.
That was a normal meal?
Yeah, that was normal.
And how many of those did you have a day?
I had about 6 meals a day. It's kind of hard to eat like that, so I would have to wake up in the middle of the night to eat and go back to sleep.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that annoying?
No.
I would think that'd be annoying. You're tired and sleeping and got to wake up to eat?
No, you kind of get used to it. When you eat like that, you're hungry every 3 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every 2 to 3 hours you're hungry. Because I'm not eating a lot of fat.
Right.
It's lean. I'm not eating a lot of carbs. So it's a little bit of food at a time. For me, it was.
And you would get down to what percent body fat?
I was 0.33.
0.33. What does that mean? Is that less than 3%?
That's less than 0.5%.
0.33. Like what?
0.33.
How does a human get that low?
I gotta attribute it to my genetics.
But was it also like a trickle down system, like off season? Say if you how many weeks would it take for you to get ready for Mr. Olympia?
10 to 12.
10 to 12. Mm-hmm. So at 12 weeks out, how much body fat do you think you were carrying around then?
About 3%.
So 3 was a high?
That's the highest, yeah.
Jesus. Would you get tired all the time?
I'm 330 pounds at that though.
Oh my God! Would you get tired all the time with that little body fat?
I'm real good and fat.
Well, that's good and fat. 3% body fat is good and fat. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Jamie, see if you can pull up a picture of him winning the 7th Mr. Olympia title when he was at his heaviest. I want to see what that looks like.
I was pretty big at that one.
Yeah, you were big, man. I remember looking at the magazines and like shaking my head. Today, I would say, "Oh, that's photoshopped."
Yeah,
they didn't have Photoshop back then.
No, they didn't have it back then. Back then, I was a little bit too big for that one. They had me to come down a little bit for the next one.
Oh, really?
So I came down to like 275.
So when you said they, coaches, who was
some of the judges and
the judges?
Yeah.
The judges were telling you're too big?
Yeah.
That's when you know you fucked up. That's when you're getting crazy. When the judges at Mr. Olympia are telling you, a guy who's won it multiple years in a row.
7 years in a row, yeah.
They're telling you you're getting too big.
Yeah, getting too big.
Ronnie, take it down a notch.
Yeah. Because, the guy next to me is only like 250, So.
But why were they saying, you still looked amazing. Like, why were they saying you were too big?
Because I was at the time.
It really was too big?
Yeah, for the standards back then,
But how do they define that though? Big. It's really just taste, right? Like they look at it and they decide.
Subjective, yeah, in a way. It's kind of subjective in a way.
Is that what year was the 7th one?
I think it was 05.
Was it 05, Ronnie?
Yeah, no, that's the 8th one. 04 is number 7.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, you were huge. That does look like a guy who comes out of a lab to kill the Hulk. Like some evil genius, like the Hulk is working for the Avengers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do they make that conversation with you when they say, Ronnie, you're too big?
Well, they're just talking to my nutritionist. I had a nutritionist that did all my diets and all that kind of stuff for me. So they probably just, told him real nicely.
Yeah.
Bring it down a notch.
I remember there's a photo of you when you were still on the police force, and you were also, I don't know if you were Mr. Olympia when you were on the police force. Were you?
3 times, yeah.
And then you eventually left the force?
Yeah, uh-huh.
You were so big. You're sitting there with the uniform on. I'm like, there is no way that's a regular uniform.
No, it's not. No, it's not a uniform.
Did you wear those shorts? That can't be real. Did you arrest people with those shorts on?
No, I made those shorts myself. But we did wear shorts, though. We did have shorts for the police department. I think you see that picture right there. I got on shorts in the briefing room, but they're not showing my legs right there.
Right there.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, I have on shorts. That picture is actually bigger than that, but you just can't see.
Did that inspire other guys you worked with to start lifting too?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I would imagine.
Start lifting. Yeah, we had a gym at the station.
Oh, really?
We had about 4 or 5 stations. Every station has a gym. We have a training center with a huge gym.
Really?
Yeah, I started working out there when I first hired on. I worked out, me and the chief and some other guys, we all worked out together there for a while.
And this is in the beginning, before
when I
you
first
were gigantic.
Yeah, before I got real big, I had to start small.
Of course. Everybody's a baby at one point in time.
Yeah. So I was 215 when I first started.
Now, when you first started, did you have this idea that one day, was this a dream?
No. I did it because the guy gave me a free membership to the gym. I never had a dream. I just wanted a free membership because I was poor back then. And I couldn't, afford to pay for a gym membership because I just hired on there. And coming from Domino's Pizza, where I had to eat pizza every day to survive because I didn't make that much money. By the time I got to the police department, I was still struggling and trying to get back on my feet, and I couldn't afford a membership still,
And this was when you were 24?
Yeah, I was 24.
So you were just a big guy?
Yeah, I've been
regular big.
I've been big and muscular my whole entire life.
But regular big, not like Mr. Olympia big.
Well, I wish they put a picture up there that somebody took not too long ago. Because when I first got into the sport of bodybuilding, I was doing security at a Mr. Olympia event. And most of the people in the audience thought that I should be on stage back then.
Really?
I didn't think so, but they thought that. I had 22, 23-inch arms back then. I had those 22, 21, 22-inch arms in college.
How big were they when you were at your biggest?
24. 24. That's the biggest they got.
That's like a waist.
Yeah, some girl.
Yeah, but like a runner.
Yeah,
actually, Zach Bitter. I bet Zach Bitter got a 24-inch waist.
Actually, my waist was like 29 when I first started.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember Holyfield when he was the heavyweight champion of the world. He had a 28-inch waist.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a V right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, crazy. So you do this security for the Mr. Olympia event.
91, yeah.
Did that get like the bug in your head? Did you start thinking?
No. I never started thinking that.
How did it happen?
I won the first one in 98.
So how do you enter it? What makes you want to enter something like that?
Well, like I said, the guy said if you compete, I give you a free membership to the gym.
Okay.
So I was just competing for a free membership to the gym because I worked full-time in the police department. I had that job. I had like a couple of security jobs on the side. So I didn't really, need money from bodybuilding. I had, benefits and everything.
So you were
I didn't need money from bodybuilding.
Just doing it for a free membership.
I was just doing it for a free membership.
So you do it, and obviously people go, this guy's got real potential.
I guess they were saying that to themselves. I never heard anybody say that.
So what did you do? Like you just decided to keep going, and
I just kept going for the free membership. Yeah, I'm not going to give it up.
So competing just was about free memberships at one point in time. When did it become serious?
When I won my first Olympia in 98.
That's when it became serious? When you won your first Olympia?
Yeah.
Do you know how many bodybuilders right now want to jump out of a building?
Yeah,
they're
but
I'm not. They're going to go right to the top floor and fucking leap out a window. They're like,
yeah, but see, my dream was always to be a professional football player.
Oh.
So I played football, junior high, high school, college, and all that kind of stuff. And when I getting drafted, I okay, I got a degree so I can get a good job, with accounting degree, and I graduated with honors and all that kind of stuff. And I figured I'd just be an accountant and make good money there. So I never had no dreams or aspirations of being a bodybuilder.
But you never were an accountant?
No, I never made it.
You never did?
I never got a job.
So you just got a job in the police department instead?
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. I tried for about 2 years.
To get an accountant job?
Yeah. I tried real hard. I did 1 million interviews and to some of the biggest accounting firms in the world, in the United States anyway. And nobody never hired me. So 2 years later, okay, I'm done. This ain't meant to be. Ain't nothing happening here, for 2 years. And I always saw an ad for police officers. And when I got the newspaper every weekend, and it was always a big ad, so it stood out. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, they hiring and you don't need experience. Because all the jobs I went on, the interviews I went on, they always want you to have experience. I'm like, well, if you don't hire me, I ain't gonna get no experience.
Right.
So I'm like, I might as well just give up on this, just go get me a job where you don't have to have experience. And like I said, the police officer ad was the thing that stood out the most. And I'm like, that sounds like a job where I can have a lot of fun,
I can't believe that you didn't really get serious until after you won Mr. Olympia. That's hard to believe.
Yeah. Well, you gotta. understand, I never had any dreams of being a Mr. Olympia. I never had any dreams of being a bodybuilder. I only did it because the guy gave me the free membership to the gym.
But once you started getting going and you won Mr. Olympia and you realized, wow, I'm the best, I gotta throw myself into this.
Exactly.
Because the way you worked out, man, I watched a video of you working out once, and like just the intensity, and thinking like this guy's doing this for 12 weeks straight. The intensity that you had in the gym, like there's a certain level, no matter what the sport is. Champions have a certain level of focus and dedication.
Exactly.
And I remember watching that video and going, that's what a champion looks like. That's what a champion looks like.
Well, you got to also realize that, I started working out when I was 12. I kind of fell in love with it when I was 13. And it just kind of became a hobby once I joined the powerlifting team. So I enjoyed working out.
When you won the first Mr. Olympia, how old were you then?
34.
Okay, so you had a solid 8 years of lifting. This is after you were on the force for a while.
Yeah, exactly. And I had already had the base too, being in high school on the powerlifting team.